Hi, I'm Warren Bingham. I live with type 2 diabetes, and as an ambassador for IBD Medical, it's my pleasure to share with you some insights and perspectives of my journey. As many of you have probably experienced very similar situations and living with the daily challenge of how to manage your blood glucose levels, your A1Cs, and all your other issues in relation to living with diabetes. So IBD Medical have asked me to share with you over a series of 5 or 6 videos, short videos, some insights into some of my experiences, and through that, and hopefully through that, that will inspire, will motivate, and at least if nothing else, share with you the very fact that you're not alone and that we can together really work in encouraging each other and learning from each other on what are the things that can work and can help you whilst living with diabetes. So the first question was, what did my life look like leading up to my diagnosis day? So 4 years ago, I was playing soccer actively and have been doing so for 17 years. I consider myself pretty fit, pretty active. I wasn't, in my mind, I wasn't overweight, and I had to go to the doctor because I had a sore knee and a sore ankle, both different legs, but nevertheless I thought I'd actually perhaps better off getting an x-ray. And in doing so, I was approaching the age of 50. My GP turned around and said, well, let's get the x-rays done, but before you go, when was the last time that you actually had your bloods done? I looked at her and looked at him, sorry, and his reaction was, well, clearly we haven't done them for a while. Maybe we should do that. So I was active. I was traveling around for work a lot, internationally and domestically. So that's meant that I spent a lot of time sitting, eating, entertaining. So perhaps my diet wasn't as healthy as I thought it was. About a week later, I got a call from the GP who asked me to come back and see him, as I did. And that was when he was to share with me the results of my blood tests. It was at that time that he said, look, your blood sugar levels and your HbA1Cs are a little bit high, and we think you should come back in 3 months and do another one of these tests, and let's see what those look like. And I thought, okay, fair enough, no problem, we should do that. I just carried about my life as it was before. And in 3 months' time, I went back to the GP to have another round of tests. At that time, my results were high. My HbA1c was 9.4. And he said, look, Warren, I think you... we thought you might have been pre-diabetic, but I think, in fact, looking at your blood sugar levels and your HbA1c in particular, that you have type 2 diabetes. So my reaction to that straight away was total disbelief. There's no way in hell I was going to have type 2 diabetes. I was healthy, I was active, I thought I did all the right things. And so in many respects, I was in denial. And it took me some considerable time to actually understand what that was, what this disease was. So the GP said, so what do you want to do? And I said, you need to give me some time. I need to go away and think about this. He said, well, here's a piece of paper to get you started. And it was the A to Z of diabetes on an A4 piece of paper. So you and I could already get that that's not really the extent of information that is available, but maybe it was enough to share and just to help tip my toes into the water, if you will. It was scary. It was quite daunting. I felt a little bit considerably nervous on the fact that I could be diabetic. I felt disbelief that there's no way this could be the case. So I spent a year debating, denying, and transitioning, if you will, in that context of getting used to the idea of and accepting the idea that I actually was a diabetic. So with that, and in a nutshell, 4.5 years later, I am a diet-controlled, non-medicated type 2 diabetic. I last week had my 3-monthly HbA1c blood test, which I'm still doing religiously at the moment because I'm on a mission, and I'm on a mission to maintain my blood sugar levels to a point that I don't have to take medication for as long as I can. I understand that some doctors say that it's a progressive disease and that this may get worse for me and that I might need to take medication. That's fine. Well, it's not really, but it is what it is. Having said that, I also know that if I can do a lot of the things in my life to improve my lifestyle, my health, my activity, my diet, my sleep, and my mindset, then I've got a damn good chance of maintaining my HbA1c levels to the level that they're at. Last week, the result came in at 6.3. Yes. And I'll tell you about the bet that I have with my GP now and some of the other things that I'm doing to maintain that in my subsequent videos. But until then, thank you for listening. Thank you for your interest. It is and it will be my pleasure to share with you over the next 5 or 6 videos the elements of my journey and what I've experienced. As I say, if nothing more to share with you that you're not alone, and that the fears, the challenges, and the celebrations that should be celebrated are there for us all to have. And I hope that you find this a positive reflection and something that could be of reassurance to you. So from now, I'll sign off. Great to have you in your audience. Thanks again, and I'll speak to you again soon. Cheers.